Hello everyone, here we are from the second group of AB6B regular night. We would like to presenting to you the result of our discussion in this week. This week is the 7th week, and as you know, this week we are talking about multiple chart. But before I am explain it to you and started talking about this topic, let me introduce the member of our group first. The member of our group is me, Lewins Efrina Panjaitan, and next is Septa Seniatul Mutmainah, and the last is Alga Trio Razak. Now let's jump into the topic. This week we are talking about multiple charts. Do you know what is the definition, what is the function, what is kind of multiple charts? Now let me explain and introduce to you. What is multiple charts? Multiple chart is a combination of two or more charts in text. For example, two bar chart or mixed chart, such pie chart and bar chart, and make them to compare a value from a certain labels. If the chart usually represent a result from a data label, meanwhile the line chart represent multiple results, such as a result from a certain area. Next slide. Now let's pay attention of content related to the topic, coherence and cohesion, lexical researches, and last is grammatical range and accuracy. Now, how to describe a multiple chart? Now let's see these two pictures. This picture shows us that the chart show average levels of participation in education and the highest education level of adults from 2000 into 2010 in Singapore. Now you can see from this picture, the first picture shows us in 2000, the blue chart is show us it was adult males, and the orange one is adult females. Now let's see that from years to years, the adult males number years of school is increased from 2000 into 2010. Now let's see the second picture. These diagrams show us it was illustrate on average how many years the adults in Singapore spend at school, and to what extent their highest level of education changed from 2000 to 2010. Overall, adult male schooling years were always higher and increased from years to years than adult females, and this gap between them keep rising over time. From 2000 into 2010, this gap is always rising. To high school and university, respectively, were the highest percentage of educational qualification in 2000 and 2010. It was primary qualification that went through the most significant change in this period. These following paragraphs, I would like to explain to you the major features in details. Rising from 9 years in 2000 to 12 in 2010, adult males' schooling years increased and will always increase from 2000 into 2010 more than 30%. Meanwhile, on the other hand, adult females' number on years in school only remain almost stagnant over the time. From 8 in 2000 to 9 in 2010, female schooling years experienced only 1 year increase, which was almost 20% less than of males. But however, total annual number of both male and female average schooling years rose steadily over the 10 years. As you can see guys from this picture, the first picture and the second picture show us that percentage of adult males is always increased from years to years. Meanwhile, the adult females is always stagnant and never increase. Meanwhile, primary qualification was the hardest hit as it declined sharp from 25.77% in 2000 to 2.1% in 2010. It was very bad because in fact, primary, secondary, and high school, all of them went through a major decline, while the rate of university and master increased step. So you can see guys and understand from this paragraph that adult females is always stagnant from years to years and never increase. Meanwhile, the adult males is always increase. And from the chart we can see is always have increased every year. Finally, with the steady rise of adult male schooling years, the rate of all of university qualification increased most significantly, while that of primary declined sharp. Now let's jump into the next slide. Here are study tips for multiple charts. First, multiple charts are becoming more and more common, so you need to make sure that you understand what is multiple charts, how to make it, what is the function of multiple charts, what is the kind of multiple charts, what is the difference between multiple chart, multiple bar chart, and all of them. So you have to make sure that you understand before you make it, before you input them into your table, into your data. You have to make sure that you understand what kind of multiple bar chart that you have to use and have practiced them for your writing action. So before you start your examination, you have to make sure you have to make practice. So your bar chart, so your multiple chart is not going wrong. And the next, as you can see from the example above, sometimes the chart are the same type. It's look like same, but indeed it was different. And sometimes not. Sometimes you feel that you understand, but in the reality it was different and that was hit so hard. And next is sometimes you can make direct comparison. You can know what is the difference between one and another chart, but you have to take note that you have make direct comparison, and at the other times it is a more indirect relationship. And the last is you have to remember that you still have only 20 minutes. It was only 20 minutes, but there's probably more data to analyze, so you have to make sure. So you have to going focus on your data when you are analyze it. So you may have to be even more selective about your data and about what you have to describe. There are so many tips and tricks that you have to know before you study about multiple charts, but there were few points that we have to explain to you, and we hope you can understand and implement it on your daily activities. I thought that's all from our presentation, guys. We were very sorry from our bad English. We hope you can understand and get the point of our result of our presentation. We were very sorry, and we would like to very thank you to you all of your attention. See you next time, and bye-bye.